we are more and more bumping into these definitions of just right text and finding that kind of this established terminology can put some boundaries on students' experiences with text that are causing us a little bit of professional dissonance.
I remember when I was a classroom teacher that I would teach kids the Goldilocks principle for how to choose a book. I would teach them about easy books and just right books and books that were too hard. And I always struggled as a classroom teacher because I always felt like what I was communicating to them was it's not okay to read easy books and it's not okay to read too hard books, when in fact in my own life sometimes I read things that would be considered too easy, and sometimes I read things that are pretty challenging too.
When we travel, we take several different texts with us on an airplane. And we'll take a magazine, which is just right for us, and we'll take a piece of research that we'll have to read several times to understand, that is very much on our frustration level, that we wouldn't read for a long time, but we can dig into it and then shift over to the magazine when we want to. We'll take a light piece of nonfiction or a novel that's more traditional just right for us, but we're going to read all of these pieces, and all of these are technically, in various circumstances, just right. And so we're working with kids to help them broaden this idea of what just right might look like.
What we are doing now is we're talking to them, giving them an analogy of books as weights. So we'll say to them, think about books as if they are a 3-pound, a 5-pound, an 8-pound, or a 10-pound text. So we begin by saying, so imagine picking up a 3-pound weight. You can lift all of these weights. When you lift a 3-pound weight, it's going to be kind of like this. You can do it quickly and easily, and you'll be able to do it for a really long while before you get tired.
And so a 3-pound text, you're going to be more fluent. It's going to be less stressful. You're not going to get tired very fast. You can do it for a long time.
Now we put down our 3-pound weights and we lift up our 5-pound weights. And what we notice when we do our 5-pound weights is that it's definitely a little bit heavier than the 3-pound was, yet we still can do it relatively easily and for a relative longer amount of time. But it definitely, we feel a bit more resistance than we were doing when we had the 3-pound text. And the 5-pound book is very much like that. So it feels heavier than a 3-pound book. But yet it's not as heavy, say, as the next weight, which is an 8-pound. So when we start to lift that 8-pound, we know that we're slowing down. We're not going to be able to do this for as long as we were doing the 3 or the 5-pound. And if we do it for a long time, we might kind of start to compromise our form a little bit. But yet, compared to, say, like the 10-pound weight, which is going to be really slow, but yeah, I can still do it. But man, if I do this for very long, I'm really going to get tired and I might injure myself.
Yeah. So our reading of research is comparable to the 10-pound weight. And we work with kids to help them think about these different just right texts and kind of interval training, if you will, so that they are having some flexibility. They have lots of opportunities to stretch themselves, opportunities to relax into reading.